In this video, we're going to teach you how to set up your 360 photo booth. Hey everyone, this is Agatha with 360 Booth Expert. Today we're going to teach you how to assemble a 360 metal platform. So number one, for those of you that got it shipped to you, you will have wheels at the bottom, just like that. For those of you that are picking up locally, you're going to notice on one side of your booth, you'll have some holes down here. They're ready to screw in. So you're just going to grab 2 on each side, 2 over there as well. And make sure you guys do opposite. So if you have a break here, do the 360 one here, and then do the break there, and then the 360. So you want to offset the one that have the break. So let's get into it. I'm going to just show you really quickly on this side. You're going to have some handles. So the way to handle this is you're going to push down and then twist until this little lever comes up. And then just to show you, it does come back. You can also put a lock here if you decide to lock it for whatever reason. And again, click, unlock, and now you're ready to open your 360. So this is what it's going to look like once you receive everything, and we're going to go through the next step. So really quickly, taking everything out, I just want to show you, you're going to have one of these black bags, and we'll go over what everything's inside. Then we're going to take out the red carpet along with the installation instructions. We also have a USB powered ring light on the inside. We also have some props here. Inside of these yellow bags, or sometimes it's a clear bag, you'll also have the wheels. So this we're going to install in just a bit. Then we have the plastic cover that goes on top of your 360, so that way it just is as clean as possible. And then you have the arms as well. Okay, as I mentioned, we have the wheels all ready to go. You'll also have screws just like this. So as you can see, all I'm doing is just lining it up and then adding the screws. You could screw it in here. We also included a wrench in there so that you can tighten them up. So I'm going to start off with my first wheel and then go from there. So as you notice, we went ahead and put in the first wheel, and then opposite wheel, I'm going to make sure that it has the brake. So this is how you know this is the one that has the brake. Okay, now I'm going to do the ones on top. All right, so I went ahead and put on the next wheels. Next step from here are the little feet. So there's like some screws that look like this. You're going to grab these, and all you're going to do is put these into these little slots here. And keep in mind that this, you can push them all the way down for now, but depending on the area that you're setting up at, you're going to want to make sure that your platform is leveled at all times. So use these little feet to adjust your platform accordingly. Once you're complete, you're going to notice that all the circles are covered, and you're going to have some extra, so you just keep that in that black bag. Now we're going to actually lift it out of the case and stand it up. All right, so you can either do this by yourself by grabbing this edge, or you can use a partner and stand it in the upright position. Once it's in the upright position, then you're going to determine where you're going to place it. For me, I'm going to go ahead and place it onto my red carpet. So now I'm going to lift it. Okay, and then just lay it down. So this is what it's going to look like once it's already set down. Then you're going to locate this arm right here, and then we're going to find the first official arm that's going to go into this unit, and this is what is going to be spinning. As you empty out the bag, you're going to need a couple of these screws. So first, you're going to notice some of these, which have like a smaller little thread, and then you'll also notice these look exactly the same, but they have a thicker thread. So the thicker one is what we're going to be using right now, and then the next step is going to be this. So make sure you're locating this step, this particular piece of the arm, and we're going to go and put it on our 360. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is just insert this into that hole. Then you're going to slide it forward, and you're going to notice that there's some slots where you can easily add in those screws. Make sure you're using the thicker screws right here, not the thin ones. Remember, you can adjust it, so you have 3 different levels. I normally do it on the second one, so that way you have more room for your feet to hang over. Next, we're gonna grab our other piece of arm, and you're gonna notice that she's going to be grabbing, it looks like a bent one. And for this one, it gets a little tricky sometimes, but it's overall pretty easy. So same thing, we're gonna use these thicker screws, and we're going to match up the hole. Okay. Before I tighten it, you can see I have just like a little bit left right there. Then I'm going to determine which angle I'd like to do. The lower the angle, the lower your arm is going to be. All right, so now we're going to just match this up. And now once I get all 4 into the location, now I'm ready to tighten up completely, all 4. Now we're gonna locate the arm that does not have this. This is gonna be the top. We're gonna locate this arm, and you're gonna notice on the inside there's like a barrier that doesn't allow anything to go in it. So that's how we're gonna know that it's the bottom piece. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this piece, insert it here, and you'll notice that there's a multiple of these screws here, and that gives you the ability to adjust the height. So if you wanted to go higher, you can lift it up higher. And if you want it lower, you can lift it up lower. So normally when we shoot, we'll use anywhere between the 2nd and 3rd one, and we'll lock it into place. The more screws that you put, the more reinforced it is. You are going to be using these little thin ones now. You don't necessarily have to do all 4. If you want to save time, you could just do the 2 top ones. Now for the last piece, again, we're going to insert it, and you have the ability to adjust the height. So depending on your event, you're going to determine the height. So normally for us, we'll go again anywhere from the 2nd and 3rd, depending on the clientele that we're handling. If it's kids, I'll normally do like a little small one. If it's like a mixture of adults and kids, then I'll go high, just because I can bring it lower. Okay, and again, same thing, you could either do 2, or if you want to get comfortable with doing all 4, the more screws, the more reinforcement. But if you're trying to save time, just do the 2. Now what we're going to do is install the 360 ball head right up here, and let me show you what that looks like. So this is the 360 angle ball. This is what's going to live on top of the platform. So you'll notice all you're going to do is just twist it onto that little screw that's on the top. And then once it's screwed on the top, we're going to show you how to use the functionality of it too. So just keep turning it until it's nice and tight. You'll notice that it's going to be flush to the actual pole. Perfect. So now that you've done that, you just want to make sure it's nice and tight. You could also unloosen this, and now you could actually turn this whole thing around. I like to have this U-shape right in front facing the booth, so that way when I'm adjusting it for angles, I can go down. Okay, so that's how you do full body shots. And then once you find the location that you like, or the position, you're just going to tighten it, and you'll notice that it's nice and tight. Same thing with this. You're going to want to tighten this all the way down, and whatever camera you're using or mount, you're going to go ahead and mount that. So just to show you really quickly what we have created, we got the 360 angle ball, we got the arm connected properly, and the 360. So now all we need to do is connect our ring light and our power and see how this runs. Okay, now that you've located this is your AC adapter. It'll come in 2 pieces. Go ahead and just reinforce the power in here. When you connect it, this will either be blank like this. This is how you know it's off. If it's green, it is connected. You're going to grab the opposite end, which is the power, and then you're going to locate this and insert it. Once you insert it, now we're ready to connect to power, and then we're going to grab our remote control next. So I'm just going to show you right here. You'll see that the AC adapter is blue, and And we got a remote. And I just want to show you here how this works. So one side, this side is the 360. So if I hit start, you'll see that the arm's starting to rotate. I'm just going to stop it. Next, we're going to hit the on button for the LEDs. The right side controls the LEDs. So if you hit that side and you hit mode, it will change the color modes. If you hit RGB up, it will change how fast it goes. You could also change the mode and then just play around with it for different colors. If you want to reverse the spin, so I'm just going to just hit start and hit reverse. It's going to start reversing. Go ahead and grab that. You could also hit reverse one more time and slow down the spin. Let it go. Just so you could see that you can control the speed. I'm going to hit reverse one more time and hit level up. Go ahead and grab it. It's starting to pick up faster. So that's how you successfully use the 360. It's pretty simple, not too hard. Make sure you guys have a 23A battery for these. Get some backups. You can get these from like any auto place, like O'Reilly's Auto Parts. They'll have that. You can get them on Amazon. And then lastly, you're just going to unravel your 360 platform. It's a cover that goes right over. And then we're going to go over the mounts next. All right, so now what we're going to show you is this unit right here. In there, in that black bag, you'll have this. And same thing, it's a 360 angle ball that you can attach your tablet mount or your iPhone mount. Now what we're going to do first is we're going to clamp this on the arm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this, and you can notice that when I'm loosening it, this gap is getting bigger. So depending on your angle, you're going to want to just push that on there, and then you're going to tighten this on the arm. Okay, now if you're using an iPhone, you're going to want to use this, right? And then you can turn this to adjust your iPhone height. So if you're going to be using your iPhone mount, you could either, one, connect it here if you're going to do it in this position, or if you're going to do it in this position, you could do it this way as well, and then just adjust it based off of how you're going to need it. If you're going to be using your tablet mount, you'll notice the differences on both of them, and they are also able to adjust. You're just going to loosen that. Same thing, you're going to, one, put this right here. Screw it onto the actual unit. And then once you screw it onto the unit, now you can freely adjust your iPad here, as well as incorporate your ring light on top. So that's how you successfully use the mounts for iPhone or tablet. Okay guys, on this one, we're gonna unpackage our USB powered ring light. This is for those of you that just wanna connect it to a battery pack down here on this arm. You could leave your battery pack here, run this cable down, and have the power. So I'm going to show you how to successfully connect it. So one, locate this. Two, I'm going to unloosen this 360 angle ball so that way I have some freedom to spin this. And now I'm just going to spin this until it's locked into place. All right, now that I've locked it into place, I'm ready to now lock it in the back. So I'm just going to lock back here, give it another turn just to make sure it's nice and snug. Do it one more time, lock it, and now I'm ready to feed this down. But that's how you successfully set up your your USB ring light. If you want to put your iPhone mount on here, you're able to do so. So just go ahead and connect it there. But that's how you successfully set up your entire 360 booth.